Hello, this is Mrs. Brown, and in this video, I will be demonstrating the tools and skills you will use to create a poster in GIMP. So we're going to start by opening GIMP. And once you have GIMP opened, we're going to open any image from the Unit 7 folder of your image design folder. So you'll go on your computer to where you have your image design folder. You'll go to your resource files, Unit 7, and select any of these 5 images. I'm going to go ahead and select this deer. We're then going to save this image as poster.xcf. Now the next step to create a poster is we're going to use our crop tool. We're going to go back to our crop tool, which we learned about in Unit 4. Here you're going to click and drag to draw a box around the part of the image that you'd like to keep. Now remember, you can use these box handles to adjust the shape and size. Once you have the part of the image that you would like to keep, go ahead and hit Enter to finish cropping. If you don't like what you've done, you can always undo and then redo your crop until you have it how you like it. When you have it how you like it, go ahead and click File and then Save to save your changes. Now we're going to use a new template for our poster. So just imagine this is your poster and you're going to be pasting and putting different things on, but we're doing it all digitally. So we're going to click File, New, and then we're going to use a new template size. We're going to use US letter 300 ppi, and then click OK. Notice that the size here resembles that of a poster size. We're now going to go ahead and save this in our Unit 7 folder. Make sure you're in that Unit 7 folder, and we're going to type Filter Poster and then click Save. Make sure it's that GIMP XCF. Now we're ready to move on to the next part of our poster. So we're going to be copying and pasting an image, and we're going to copy and paste this cropped image that we cropped, and we're going to paste it onto our poster here. We're going to use, you're going to use something different that we haven't used before, which is a floating layer. And this is a temporary layer, will we copy and paste, and then we're going to anchor it into our image. You'll see how that works next. So we're going to go back to our original poster source right here, this image window, and we're going to select all. So in the select menu, click all, and this selects everything in this layer. We're then going to click the edit menu and then copy, and this is going to copy what we've selected. We're then going to come over to our filter poster image window, this blank canvas, and we're going to click the edit menu and paste. Now when I click paste, you're going to see over here a floating layer appear. So we'll click Edit, Paste, and that floating selection layer has been pasted. Now at the bottom of this top dock over here, we're going to click the New Layer button, and this is going to give this floating layer a place to land or anchor it to our image window. And there we have it. We're now going to right click, and we're going to edit layer attributes. This is one way you can rename a layer, and we're going to type layer 1 and then OK. And now we have our layer 1 in our poster canvas. Now we are going to use a new tool, which we have not used previously, and that is the scale tool. So we're going to scale or resize this image. So first we want to make sure that in the layers list, our layer 1 is selected. And then in our toolbox, we're going to click the scale tool. Okay, now we're going to hold the control key down on our keyboard. So on your keyboard, listen close, hold that CTRL control key on your keyboard, and then you're going to click and drag this image to scale it to the size you want. Now, when you hold the control key, it keeps the width and height changing together. So holding the control key, I'm going to scale using these box handles how I want to scale it. Now, whatever size you scale, you want to be able to put 4 of these images on your poster. So you don't want it to be too large where there's no white space. You wouldn't be able to put 4 of these on this poster. So keep it small enough that you can fit 4. Once you have the image scaled to how you want it, you're going to click scale here. Now, if this dialog box was covering your image window, you simply just move it out of the way to be able to scale that image. So I scaled my image right there. Now, if it's not right, you can go ahead and undo your scale until you have it how you want it, using those previous steps. Now we're going to copy and paste this image to create new layers. So we're going to make sure that layer 1's selected, and then in our select menu, we're going to select all, which will select this entire section. Then we're going to click Edit, Copy, and then we're going to click Edit, Paste. You're going to notice another floating layer will appear over here. Now we're going to click our New Layer button, and we're going to double click and rename this layer 2. Now we're going to repeat the steps to paste until we have 4 layers. Now we already have selected and copied our image, so we don't need to repeat that. We can simply just paste. So we're going to click Edit, Paste to paste another floating layer. We're going to anchor this new layer by clicking our New Layer button. We're going to rename it Layer 3. We're going to paste our 4th layer, that floating selection layer. We want to anchor it and type Layer 4. And there you have it. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 layers, all anchored and renamed. Now in this next section, we're going to arrange the layers using our Move tool. So we'll come over to our toolbox and select our Move tool. You're then going to select one of the layers and arrange it on the canvas. You don't want any of the layers overlapping. So arrange each of the images until you have them how you would like. Now notice when I select a layer, a selection appears around the image that is on that layer. All right. So once you have your images how you like it, we're going to go ahead and save our changes to our filter poster. Okay, so you should have cropped an image, saved it, copied it, created a new canvas, copied and pasted that image, creating 4 different layers. Once you have those steps done, we are ready to move on to the next part of the assignment, where we are going to add visual effects or filters to each of these images. So we're going to continue working with this filter poster section, and we're going to add some visual effects. Now for this unit, we're going to use many different visual effects just to get a handle on what they look like, just playing around with it. So here we're going to select layer 1. Now we're going to use the filters menu, which is something new, and we're going to go to artistic and then canvas. This is going to open a dialog box. We're going to click apply canvas. There we go. And then in this dialog box, you're going to see in this preview window what that filter looks like. So it's going to make this image right here have a canvas effect. Now you can scroll down to preview what it will look like throughout the image. Now you can use this filter slider right here going up and down. Just notice how drastic it will be if you go all the way to the right and then all the way to the left. So click this slider until you have the canvas how you like it. It's like a painting on a canvas. Think about how you can use that with different images that you, or photos that you take. And then click OK when you have it how you like it. And the canvas is then going to be applied to the image. Remember, if you don't like how you like it, how you've edited it, you can always undo and then redo that filter there. So we're going to then go through each layer and apply a different canvas. Now, as you're applying different filters, you don't have to use the ones that Mrs. Brown uses. Keep in mind that some of the filters do not have previews like we did with the canvas, and some of them take a longer time to apply. Okay, so we're going to click our filters menu and artistic and try any of these different filters. This one does have a preview. You can use these different sliders just to see how they change. And when you have it how you like it, you're going to click OK, and then you'll notice how it changes the image there. So each layer will have a different filter. I like this glass filter for some reason. Kind of fun. Go on to your next layer, adding in those filters. Fun stuff. So you should have added a filter to each layer. Make sure you're selecting each layer as you add those filters. Once you've done that, go ahead and save your work so we can save those changes as we go. Okay, so next we are going to colorize our layers. So in the layers list, we're going to select layer 1 here. And then in the colors menu, we're going to click colorize. We've done this before. We're going to adjust the hue, saturation, and lightness sliders until we have a color or a hue how we like it. and then click OK. We're going to repeat this step on each of our layers. You can colorize them all the same, or you can colorize them differently. It's completely up to you. Colors, colorize. Go on to your last layer. Colors, colorize. And you're done. So when you're happy with how the image looks and you've colorized each of the layers, let's go ahead and save those changes again. Now we're going to add a background color to the poster. So we need to get down to that background layer. We're then going to click the foreground and background color button. We're going to choose a color that we like. And we're going to click OK. We'll then use our bucket fill tool. And we're simply going to click once in the background and it will fill our background with color. When you have it how you like it, please go ahead and click Save. We don't want to lose our work. And you are done, my friends. So in the second section, you should have applied a filter to all layers. If not, you need to go back and do that. You need to colorize each layer and then add a background to your poster. All right, so in this unit, you learned how to create a poster and add filters, just different techniques that you can use to create posters. So make sure you have your work saved. Now remember, in every single unit in this course, you will be creating 2 images. So you are now only halfway done with the assignment. To complete the assignment, to continue on and complete the assignment, you are going to go ahead and create a second poster. So I will start you off. I'm not going to complete all steps. You can come back and repeat what we've done in this first part of this video here. So for the second poster, you're going to start it off the same way. You're going to click File, Open, and you're going to use any image from the Unit 7 folder. You're going to go ahead and open it. You're going to save it. You can save it as Poster 2. You're then going to crop whatever part of the image you decide to keep. And then you would select all, etc. Okay, so File, Save. You're going to create a new template, that US letter 300 ppi. You're going to go ahead and save this as, let me remember here. You're going to name it Colorize a Photo. Okay, and then you're going to repeat all the steps we did to create this poster. So if you need to repeat, go back in the video to just repeat the steps with this poster. Once you have completed this poster, it will look similar to this, but you'll have different images. You'll save your images. You'll then need to export. Remember, we're going to export this as a JPEG. You also will need to export your first poster as a JPEG. And then you're ready to prepare your files to submit them to the Dropbox. So we'll go to our image design folder. Our course resource files, and then in Unit 7, we're going to make sure we have everything. You'll have your filter poster, the GIMP image, your exported JPEG image, your colorize a photo GIMP image, and your colorize a photo JPEG image. You can then come back to your course resource files, right-click on the Unit 7 folder, send it to a compressed zipped folder, and then you're ready to put this in Graded Assignment 7. So you'll go to your image design folder, image design class, and an easy way to get to your assignments is to click on Tools, Assignments, come down until you see the interim 7.04 graded assignment, colorize a photo. And then here you can look over the grading rubric to make sure that you have all steps complete, and you'll add a file. And then you can go ahead and I like to just click and drag my zipped folder here. Once it's completely loaded, you will go ahead and click Add. And you will click Submit. I'm not going to click Submit because I don't want to grade my work. Once you've done that, you are finished with your Unit 7 project.